Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Evil Man.
Evil!
Oh!
Evil!
Hey, everybody, how's it going?
Hi, everyone!
I cheered woo when you asked. I was like, woo!
Chris, you are looking absolutely gorgeous
Thanks
tonight.
so much. Yeah, I had
Yeah.
to rush here. I fucking fucked up, man.
Yeah, like
I
what?
fucked up my marriage. I told my kids I'll be back. I ran right out of the shower.
Wow.
Shit, you forgot there was a show?
Yeah, kinda. This is more your guys' thing. I'm like, sure, whatever. I forgot.
Right.
You know me, I'm still playing Animal Crossing. The fucking world's gotten crazy, man.
Really?
There's other
What?
planets now.
Oh, man.
Do you play Wordle now, James?
Oh, I do play
still play
Wordle. Wordle people stand up. Yeah, man, every day. Oh,
Really?
right there. Every day.
Wordle people. I started a game
Hell
called.
yeah.
I started a game on the Merriam-Webster dictionary website called Blossom.
Awesome.
It's good. Yeah, it's a word game.
Yeah, see, you're a gamer
It
too.
features the, it's all about
I'm a toxic gamer.
it's all about the beliefs of me and Bialik. Oh.
But it's great to see so many people here. This is our maybe 4th or 5th live show.
It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
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 We haven't been canceled. We haven't been locked up. I predicted we're gonna get arrested tonight, though, for something. We'll see. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm dancing to no music. We're
There's
getting
a-
arrested.
There's an invisible reggae band that only Chris can hear.
Yeah, I. You guys don't know this, but I always see a reggae like Jedi ghosts in the corner of every room, like. You know what I mean?
Luke, I am your bassist. Luke, I am your bassist.
Weed I smoke.
Reggae Star Wars.
Oh my God, reggae Star Wars. Yes.
Use the Force, Mon. Beep, 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 beep.
Oh,
Well, it's still, I guess we can still say it's the new year, I guess,
Yes.
technically, and we've all
Oh
been.
my God, I fucking love years, dude.
Yeah. It's been a beautiful January so far.
oh, lovely.
On our last episode, Chris, I believe you declared that you wanted to kill yourself.
Yeah. I don't fucking care, man. I'll do it. I don't give a shit. I'll blow my fucking brains out. You can put my brains in Tupperware, keep them in the freezer like old bananas.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
I think I got SAD. SAD.
Yeah.
Sad, always depressed.
You should get one of those sad machines. You put it on your desk and you sit in front of it and it goes, Chris, I love you.
Oh my God. I got a sad machine already. It's called my dick. The trouble this thing gets me into. I got sad. I'm sad.
Oh. Well, you know, guys, like, you know, we've pre-recorded a couple episodes, so we haven't seen each other in a couple weeks.
True.
Yeah.
Like, we should talk about, like, what have we been
know.
up to since we last recorded and last saw each other?
I know.
Great idea. Yeah.
You guys
Yeah.
say your two dry British style witty things, and I'll say my
Well-
crazy crass blue
We're
joke.
kind of ruining it, but yeah, I am. I'll tell you what I've been up to since I last saw you guys. I actually created my, you know, I'm probably the most right wing of the three of us. I started. I launched my own meme coin.
Hey! Invest,
Yes.
invest.
Yeah, hell yeah!
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's called
awesome.
Chode Coin.
Oh.
Canadian honorable Omni American dollar, and Yeah,
right.
check it out. Let's do this. Like Team Chode Coin.
Yeah.
Let's buy it. Let's have fun.
Chode Coin. That's exciting. Well,
Yeah.
as for me, I mean, we're all so busy. It's so
Yeah.
fun. It's so fun to catch up.
We're busy.
Since the beginning of the year, I've been busy taking the Podcaster's Pledge.
What is that?
It's a thing that podcasters of note do just to create certain standards in the industry. I don't think this is going to be as popular as Yo-Jo, James. So, as part of the
Wait till you guys hear mine.
As part of the Podcaster's Pledge, I'm promising to the world and to all of you witnesses that this year I'm going to try and stop popping my peas, going into the red, and I'm going to try to keep use of the R word to a minimum.
It's hard to do these days. It's back,
Yes,
unfortunately.
it's back.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, you just watch a bunch of Norm videos for an hour, you start saying the R word again. It's hard.
Yeah. Chris.
Norm could say it.
What, what
Norm
about
was
you,
allowed to
Chris?
say
What
it.
have you been up to?
Not much. The other day, I found one of those realistic asses. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Outside at Trinity Bellwoods Park. So I took it home and I've been cleaning it for days. I put it in a big tub of vinegar. You know how vinegar cleans coins?
That's smart. That's smart.
That's
Thank
smart.
you. I can't wait to have sex with it. It's almost ready.
Oh, that's awesome, dude. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great.
You guys
Yeah.
know those realistic asses? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a mental health aid.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
They help me with my sad.
Well, that's awesome, Chris. Good for you.
Thank you.
know.
I'm
Well-
picturing you blasting some reggae and going wild on that ass.
I can't believe I did not know you were going to say blasting some reggae. I'm going to blast some reggae into this realistic ass. Reggae is what I call jizz now, too. I see both types of ghosts.
Well,
Well, we're all acting according to character tonight,
yes, that's right.
aren't we?
We're locked in.
Yes.
That's true. Well, guys, well, maybe it's time that we move on to the
Okay.
next part of the show and
Let's
sit
move on.
down here.
Let's get going.
Yeah, let's
they
get
gave
going.
us 37 minutes at the comedy bar, so we're going to keep it
Oh wait,
tight.
hang on. An audience member is standing at the
Oh, I don't like
stage
this
here.
at all.
Sir, what are you doing?
Can we?
What?
No, dude.
What are you
talking about?
What are you
up.
doing, sir?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, James.
one
James,
Sir, we
passes
don't
you
know what
anything.
you're talking about.
we should
No
maybe
one
pass
passes
this
you anything.
mysterious audience member deserves to at least have a microphone. There you go.
everybody.
That'll sound great.
I'm sorry, I'm nervous being the first one up here doing this.
First one up. What are you talking about? This is a live podcast.
What?
This is a live podcast taping.
Yeah, but I assume that we as like a Q&A style thing where we could all sort of come up and like interact and
No.
No.
The last thing we want to do is talk to and interact with our audience.
so
Yeah, what
what
the
what
fuck?
is so we are just supposed to sit here and what, you start reading Wikipedia and that's it?
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah, and but
YouTube as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It's more than
YouTube
that.
too, okay.
yeah.
Okay, well, since I have you, my first question is actually for James. James, you've mentioned on the podcast before that you have IBS. So my question for you is, how's it going? Have you had any flare-ups recently? I was in the bathroom before the show and noticed there was a man in the stall. So I was just wondering if that was you.
Yes, that was me, but it's actually gluten intolerance, and it's going really well.
Good.
So thank you for
Good.
asking. Not that. Thank you, everyone.
That's great.
Yeah, thank you.
Lactose
Very
too,
nice.
right? Lactose too?
A little bit, yeah.
Right, I thought so.
Damn, dude. So you can't get a Big Mac and a carton of milk at McDonald's?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, shit.
Oh, damn. Well, if that's all, audience member, I guess.
Actually, my next question is for you, Mike. You've mentioned on the show that you have a girlfriend that lives in England. How's that going?
It's great. It's great, but it's also very hard. You know, a long distance relationship is quite hard.
Sure, tell us about it.
And expensive. I'm spending a lot of money flying and sort of destroying the atmosphere, just to steal some kisses.
All right. But like, how's it going with you two?
It's going pretty well. What are you insinuating here?
I don't know. I think we all just want to know, don't we? I want to know. Tell us about it.
Yeah. It's her birthday next week, and I'm going to her birthday.
Oh, awesome.
What'd you get her for her birthday?
I got her a British soap opera star doing a cameo,
Oh, that'll be good. Very good gift.
Very nice.
Very good.
and he swears in it.
Oh.
That's fucked.
Who is it? Which one is it?
His name is Danny Dyer from EastEnders.
Hey, okay.
All right.
All right.
Yeah.
Great.
Don't no one tweet this. Fuck.
Bleep it?
I'll bleep it.
Bleep it.
Yeah. What?
Do you want to ask any other questions, little
Well,
man?
for Chris, it's actually more of like for Chris, it's not so much a question, more just a comment. I just want to say, I know James and Mike don't like when people say they have favorite evil men, but you're my favorite evil man. I think you're so funny. Everything you does make me laugh. And I think it's because you remind me of the John Leguizamo character Clown in the movie Spawn. So I'm just a big fan, aren't we, folks?
That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tim.
Thank you, Tim.
I thought you were gonna say the John Leguizamo character, The Pest.
Oh!
Remember that movie? The
Or
Pest?
John Leguizamo
Yeah.
character in Summer of Sam.
Oh, yeah.
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 3 cheers for John Leguizamo.
Hip, hip, hooray!
Thanks so much for that amazing
Well-
compliment.
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
And, sir, thank you very much for visiting us, but it's, this was highly irregular, so perhaps it's time for you to go.
And you, sir, can I say, you remind me of a little toy of, like, wrappers that you could get in a ball when you were leaving a grocery store.
Homies!
Homies. You can put in a quarter and get a little homies toy.
You're a homie!
Yeah, you've got the costume down perfect. Good work. What's up?
My
What?
last question, just because I've never been to one of these things before, is this the kind of thing where you guys all start cranking off in front of each other and all of us, and you start cranking each other off too, and then we're all just sitting here just cranking off?
No, I mean we didn't discuss that.
No, we didn't discuss that, and I don't think we should.
We're half prepared, half keep it loose, whatever happens.
Cool,
Yeah.
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I actually don't think I'm going to stay for the rest of the show. Thank you, guys. And anybody, whoever's next can come up.
No,
And,
nobody else
no,
come up.
thank you. Thank
Nobody
you
else
very
come
much.
up.
Thanks.
All right, thank you very much.
Okay, thank
sir.
you. Big fan.
Get out of here.
All right.
He just swallowed up 7 minutes of our show.
Jesus Christ, we're
Now,
in trouble.
Gentlemen, should we move to the next part of the stage and sit down?
Come see 3 men stand very close to chairs.
Oh, I feel like we should move these mic stands too. Oh, dear God. Now,
I moved mine.
folks, before we get to this, oh, fuck. Before we get to this week's Evil Man topic,
We're going to crank it.
we might crank it. We do have like a couple of different evil people, arguably visiting us tonight. And so before we get to the topic, we're going to bring the first one out. Does that sound good? Okay, so, these people just joined us. They want to join us. They want to be on the show. We're not endorsing them. But
No.
our first guest tonight, we're excited. I mean, I guess we are excited to have her, is Melania Trump.
The First
it up.
Lady.
First Lady, thank
Melania
you.
Trump.
Oh.
Wow.
Oh. Okay, he's trying to kiss Mike. Yeah, trying to kiss Chris.
Oh.
Okay.
Wow, I see what Donald Trump is talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Very glamorous way to begin our show.
Yes. Now, Melania, I actually I saw something. Oh, my phone.
James is nervous about Melania.
It's okay.
He's the closest
I have
one.
this effect on many men. Many men.
Well, Melania, aren't you supposed to be in Washington D.C. tonight? I thought I saw a thing where you're doing a
Yes.
speech there.
I am doing one right now in Washington. People ask me often how I can be in so many places at the same time. And I tell them what I tell everyone, which is that my grandmother in Slovenia was a witch.
Oh.
And that's, yeah, so tonight I'm 5 places. I'm here, I'm there. I'm hosting a Real Housewives of Potomac viewing party in international waters. I'm performing on Dancing with the Stars, and I'm helping some Kurdish insurgents blow up a medical lab in Kyrgyzstan.
Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
awesome.
Grind set.
Oh, Mike, yes. Grind set.
Busy.
So, Melania, I've had a question. I've always wondered, how did you and Donald meet?
That's a great question. I wish people would ask it more often. It was very romantic. Actually, people don't think of him as romantic, but it was very romantic. We started our love affair with a correspondence. So he wrote a letter, and then 6 weeks later, I arrived in and he just had one of his guys with a little X-Acto knife, and the box opened, and the rest is history.
That's amazing. And in the world of email, that can't happen anymore, can
I
it?
know, it's very sad. Social media is the leftist agenda.
Oh, God.
It's ruining a romance.
Well, you and Donald are such a great couple.
Thank you so much.
I
I
do you guys-
love him.
We're almost at Valentine's Day. Like, do you guys have any Valentine's plans?
Oh,
or-
we love it. We love Mr. St. Valentine's very much together. We have a big, and I think this is good tips for any ladies looking. If your husband anything like mine, you're gonna love this that we do. So we prepare many very in advance for Valentine's. We want to build anticipation. So for many, we don't touch each other, no sex for many weeks, months, years before the leading up to it. And then we have a special room at Mar-a-Lago. For this is very big ritual. We have a room, it's painted all red, the color of blood and Christmas trees. And he goes in the room, and then there's all these beautiful people there serving him the delicacies of my country, endangered tiger balls and caviar served in orphan blood, and he's having this, and he's getting aroused, and the whole time I am coating my entire body in a kind of silicone suit, so there's no way to penetrate this, and I just have a little hole to breathe, and right as he reaches the moment of he cannot stand it any longer, I remove the suit just as my private plane lands in the Maldives 14,000 miles away.
Whoa.
It's very beautiful. Very sensual.
That's
So
quite a
romantic.
night.
Passionate.
It's very passionate in its way.
Damn.
What's your favorite snack?
That's such a good question, Chris. Thank you. I like to take a water and freeze it, and then have a beautiful child blow on that, and that's kind of enough for me.
Wow.
Ooh.
Baron, if I can get him, if not someone else. Yeah, I just love the smell of a child's breath on some ice.
Oh. You got my tongue watering.
Oh, I know. Mike's
Yeah.
getting hungry
Yeah,
over here.
yeah.
Well,
Donald's tongue can't do that.
Oh.
well, damn. Well, Melania,
Yes?
thank you so much for
You're
visiting
welcome.
us in many places, and yeah, we appreciate you coming. Thank you, Melania.
Thank you so much. God bless America and all all of it. Thank you so much.
Melania Trump, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Melania Trump, everybody.
Wow. That's so nice that she came.
Isn't that nice?
That was nice.
Well,
There's more to come.
everyone, are you ready to hear this week's topic? All right. Michael.
Hello, gathered audience and listeners of Evil Men Podcast, starring Michael, Chris, and James. This week's Evil Men Live subject is none other than RFK Jr. Who is going to maybe be confirmed as the health secretary next week in America under Donald Trump, our last guest's husband. Are you guys excited to hear about RFK Jr.? All right. Here we go. Strap in. Here's Wikipedia now. So Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he's a guy who's led an extraordinary life. He's part of a dynasty of American, the Kennedys are a huge family. They're almost like the Polyev family in Canada, or the Fords. But let's dive into here. Robert Francis Kennedy Jr., also known by his initials RFK Jr., is an American politician, environmental lawyer, and anti-vaccine activist. But most importantly, he's the husband of Curb Your Enthusiasm's Cheryl Hines.
Nice. Getting COVID is pretty good.
Now, RFK Jr.'s life is confusing in researching his life, because part of his story is inspiring. He overcame huge family tragedy and addiction, and then did a lot of good work for the environment. But then he got a little bit silly, and now he's odd. Odd man. Anyway, so he was born in Washington, D.C. on January 17th, 1954, into
man.
the Kennedy dynasty.
That's amazing.
Right? So JFK, RFK Sr., Jello Biafra,
Really?
Kennedy dynasty. Apparently, RFK's first words were, "Mama."
Mama, does your breast milk have fluoride in it?
He's got a fucked up voice, you see. He's the third of... He comes from a Catholic family. Oh, Chris is going to scrub his...
What? Oh,
butt.
Chris is getting a drink
Oh.
from... There we go, off stage.
Very nice.
Sorry.
RFK Jr. is the third of 11 children of Senator and U.S. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy and Ethel Skakel. And I thought, 11 children, I thought it would be appropriate right now if we have a little moment of silence for his mother's absolutely destroyed vagina. Absolutely
God.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
11 children.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Archie comics.
Part of her must have been like happy when her husband was assassinated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, finally a little me time. And that was her vagina talking.
I've got a date with a block of ice tonight. I'm a vagina.
Even at the funeral, she was like, during the speech, there's no way more kids can come out of here, right?
So RFK Jr., he's also the nephew of President John F. Kennedy and Senator Ted Kennedy. He was raised in the Kennedy compound in Hyannisport, Massachusetts, and at the family estate in Virginia. Now, it won't come as a surprise to you if I tell you that as a boy, it said he had an unruly, hyperactive personality. He also had a singular interest in animals from an early age. He's been an avid falconer
I'm right here with you, bro.
I know.
since age 12.
My parents asked me if I wanted to get into falconry, and I was
Yeah.
like, nah, it's too expensive, Mom and Dad.
Robert Kennedy Sr. bought him a red-tailed hawk when he was 12. And,
Every father should.
Yeah. Father-son bonding.
That reminds me of the time a pigeon took my hot dog. Same thing. And my dad said, "You idiot."
Now, this is interesting. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he named his childhood hawk Morgan Le Fay after King Arthur's half-sister. So, in a lot of ways, you could say he was the original Hawk Tuah girl.
And probably not the first Kennedy to have someone spit on that thing. Like JFK had someone.
And there's a picture of JFK meeting his nephew, RFK Jr., and RFK Jr. is giving him a salamander. And I don't know if anyone can see these pictures. I took a lot of effort to put on my computer.
Can you guys see them in the back there?
Yeah.
That was not a lot.
Yeah. Woo. Now, it's fair to say that Bobby Jr. had a traumatic youth. He was 9 years old when his damn uncle, President John F. Kennedy, was assassinated.
So?
No, there's nothing harder than having your uncle pass away.
It's true. Anyone who's ever had an uncle pass away will understand RFK Jr.'s plight.
The joke, like, in the Batman things, it's like, oh, the Joker killed his parents. No, that's bullshit. He killed his uncle.
Yeah.
Oh.
And just like when his uncle was killed, any of our uncles, when they died, we were under a lot of international media scrutiny whenever your uncle dies. And he was 14 when his father, Robert Kennedy, was assassinated while running for president in 1968. Kennedy learned of his father's shooting when a priest woke him up at Georgetown Preparatory School. A few hours later, he flew to L.A., and he was with his father when he died, possibly with his hawk.
You know what's crazy? I can't believe it. I never fucking knew that that's how RFK Jr. found out about his dad dying.
You never knew that a priest woke him up?
I never knew a priest woke him up to tell him at school. I feel like an idiot.
This has the best information of any podcast out there. Now,
wake up, child. And then he woke up, not you again.
No, I'm not here for that. I'm here for a different reason.
I'm here for something sadder.
And he was like, oh, thank God. Thank God my father was assassinated.
Get me out of here!
Oh, boy.
Not funny.
Not funny, right? Now, we all deal with grief differently. Heck,
Yeah.
I've dealt with it myself. And young Bobby Jr. was dealing with a lot of heavy stuff. And as he dealt with his grief, it was in an unconventional way. See, the damn kid, he loved pranks. He loved pranks, but this was possibly a poorly timed prank because just a week after his father's funeral, at his brother David's grim, downbeat 13th birthday party, RFK Jr. spiked everyone in the family's milk with laxatives.
Well, feces has a lot of nutrients in it.
Some people don't need the laxatives in their milk.
Yes. You would have been like, I could shit myself without any of that junk.
Absolutely.
Keep your laxatives. I got this. But no, honestly, that's really funny that he did that.
Yeah, I mean, some of us have experienced like the death of a family member, and I don't know about you guys, but when that happened to me, I never thought like, oh, the perfect opportunity to make my whole family shit. You know? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to cheer everyone up.
I'm the family clown.
I'm going to turn this funeral into a shit disaster.
I'm going to put the smile back on Mom's face.
It's like that pie eating contest scene from Stand By Me. Deep cut, I don't know how old you are.
You couldn't name a character Lardass today.
No, and I'm pissed about that. I'm voting Pierre Poilievre.
So after his father's death, things got bad for little Bobby Jr. He struggled with drug abuse. He started using heroin at the age of 15.
Damn,
Guys,
that's cool.
Yeah.
I can't believe at 15 he went into the family's cabinet in the kitchen and started using everyone's heroin.
He got expelled from 2 boarding schools. He was a troubled rich kid.
Oh.
And during this time, some in his family said that he was the ringleader of a pack of spoiled rich kids who called themselves the Hyannisport Terrors. And they engaged in vandalism, theft, and drug use. And the Hyannisport Terrors, they sound scary. Apparently, they used to break into the yacht club and spray paint dirty limericks on the side of boats in beautiful calligraphy. Awful stuff.
Scary.
Now, despite being a junkie, he enrolled in Harvard. Park at the Harvard Yard. He went to Harvard University, where he continued to do drugs, heroin and cocaine, and he got his brother David using drugs. Not cool.
Fuck, dude.
He graduated from Harvard in 1976 with a Bachelor of Arts.
On heroin?
Do you think you would do well at Harvard on heroin?
I couldn't even do
No.
Dalhousie on pot. It's true.
Oh my God.
He needed a 70 average to get in.
Christopher, you're just not working out here at the school. That's how they sound out there.
Oh, Christopher, you're not getting good grades at school.
You'll never be a Nova Scotia English major. Anyway, despite being a full heroin junkie in 1982, he was sworn in as an assistant district attorney for Manhattan.
Sick.
But then he failed the New York bar exam, and he resigned in July 1983. Doesn't really make sense to me when I hear that, but there was an event then that was sort of a turning point in young Bobby Jr.'s life, right? So he's in a bad way, he's on drugs, he's troubled, he's just womanizing, sort of skipping school. He's now a lawyer. In 1983, RFK Jr. was charged with heroin possession in Rapid City, South Dakota. He got 2 years probation and had to do community service. And what he did is he started volunteering for the Natural Resources Defense Council. And he says that this experience of getting back to nature and like his passion of like being around nature and animals ended his 14-year heroin addiction. That's pretty
Wow.
cool.
14 years. It's like Keith Richards.
Yes.
Yeah.
But he was 30 and had been like a heroin user for 14 years. Yeah.
He saw a raccoon and he was like, he's right. I'm throwing this in the trash.
So this is a major turning point in his life. He's clean now. And honestly, for the next 30 years, he does legitimate good work for the environment. He was like an environmental lawyer. He volunteered and worked for law firms that sued companies like General Electric and ExxonMobil for polluting riverways and waterways on the East Coast. He went after like clean coal, mountaintop removal, factory farming. He helped indigenous people whose lands were being contaminated by corporations seek environmental justice. And here's something I thought was interesting to show an example of his commitment to the environment, right? In the spring of 2001, RFK Jr. was arrested in Puerto Rico while participating in a protest against the U.S. military. They were doing exercises on the island that were polluting certain neighborhoods, and he protested this. He was arrested and convicted of trespassing and served 30 days in maximum security jail. Right?
Puerto Rico.
In Puerto Rico, yeah. And he missed the birth of one of his children, but he was on the record saying, so Kennedy seemed perfectly happy behind bars for 30 days. He said, quote, "I have to say it, there's no women, I'm happy. It's not misogyny, it's the opposite. I love them too much."
Holy shit.
Do you guys like women so much that you wish you were incarcerated?
You know what? That's the exact reason I'm on Grindr.
Yeah.
Same.
Nips it in the bud.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Nips it in the bud.
Sometimes when I'm bothering my wife at night, I'm like, do you want me to go in a jail cell right now? Because I will. Did I tell you about when my Uncle Dave was in jail in Puerto Rico?
No.
Did I say this on an episode ever?
No.
No.
My Uncle Dave is no longer with us. He was assassinated, but it was more like by cancer. Cancer sniped him out over years. But him and his pal were pissing publicly after drinking in Puerto Rico, so they got thrown in the slammer for a night. And this is a true story. He told me this. He was a crazy person. But he told me this while smoking a pipe by an old wood stove in my dad's old garage. And I was smoking ciggies. I was a teen, you see. And he told me this story, and this lady was screaming at the officers over and over, but they wouldn't pay attention to her. And him and his buddy were in the cell across from her, and she lifted up her skirt and, like a gun, sprayed diarrhea at the police officers.
Wow.
Really?
Like an anal gun.
Now that would stop me from being horny for a sec. Thank you. Yeah, it's true. That's true.
That would get me going.
Hell yeah.
Different strokes.
You know what? The realistic asses, they don't spray diarrhea yet. Get to work. Sex toy companies.
So, like many Kennedys before him, RFK Jr. is a great big horn dog. Or as he describes it, he calls himself, I was rambunctious. Rambunctious. So he's been married 3 times. In 1982, he married a woman named Emily Black. They divorced in 1994. This is a dark part of his story. In 1994, he married the architect and designer Mary Kathleen Richardson. They had 4 children together. He has 2 with his first wife. During his marriage to Richardson, he was known among his friends for sending explicit nude photos of women that they presumed he had taken. His friends later called him a lifelong philanderer. Now, in 2010...
That's funny.
You're a lifelong philanderer, man, but you're my friend.
You got me.
In 2010, he filed for divorce from his second wife, Richardson. And then, on May 16th, 2012, Richardson was found dead in her home in Bedford, New York. Her death was ruled a suicide due to hanging. Before her death, she had discovered one of RFK Jr.'s personal journals from 2001, when they were married, in which he recorded sexual encounters with 37 different women.
Damn.
37? This guy makes Lou Bega look like an amateur.
That's the amount of women, like, we've talked to.
A little bit of Monica.
Yeah.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
Monica in my life.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
5? I feel really bad for this lady.
Yeah.
And she's gone.
Well,
But I just want you to know, wherever you are.
his bad behavior didn't stop after she died. After her death, he won a court case against her siblings.
Well, at that point, he was feeling sad.
He was feeling
So he's got to do something.
So this is what he did in his grief. He won a court case against her siblings to have her buried alongside fellow Kennedy members in Massachusetts instead of closer to her siblings in New York. And then after she was buried, a little bit of time went by, he secretly had her body disinterred and moved to an unmarked grave in an empty area of the cemetery to allow more space for Kennedys.
What are you talking about? This is you can end it here. This is the worst thing we've had on the show, almost.
Isn't that one of the wedding vows you take? Like, I vow I won't dig up your body and move you to the garbage part of the cemetery?
We've done Caligula. And this, I'm like, no. No.
Another thing, In the 90s, apparently, he was accused in 2024. Vanity Fair reported that in the 1990s, he sexually assaulted a babysitter working in his house. After the article was published, he texted the victim and said he had no memory, but he was sorry if he had possibly hurt her feelings. Not a great apology. That's I guess, why he loved being in jail. Too many babysitters.
Yeah, I kind of agree with him now. Jail is the best place for you.
Then, in 2020,
Yes.
in 2012, Kennedy began dating the actress Cheryl Hines. They were introduced by Larry David, who has since gone on the record saying he regrets ever introducing them. Cheryl Hines from Curb Your Enthusiasm. They married in 2014 at the Kennedy compound, romantic. And in the prenup, he promised, yes, not to dig up her body and move it to a bad part of the cemetery.
Lucky Cheryl. He looks like if a cigarette smoked. I'm all of the carcinogens.
Yeah, so there they are.
But she looks nice.
No, she looks great.
Let's hear it for
Yeah, she
Cheryl
looks
Hines,
great.
everybody.
Yes.
Cheryl Hines will come out of this fine.
Well, gentlemen, I'm just gonna just stop you for a second. Remember I mentioned we have a couple guests visiting us.
Oh, yes. Who's next?
Well, this is exciting. This is very exciting. Our next guest is, it's crazy. He's here. It's awesome that he's here, and we're really excited.
I'm
so
excited.
I hope everyone can give it up for Judas.
Judas!
Whoa! Judas! Bible Judas!
Hi, Judas.
Oh my God. Hi, everyone. Hi.
Oh.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God! It's so great that you're here.
It's so great to be here. I'm not used to such a warm reception. As you can imagine, you guys.
Yeah, it's a
And
bit of a thing.
If you're familiar with kind of my body of work, pun intended, right? That being the titular body of Jesus H. Christ, okay? Not to go there, not to go there.
What an honor, though, to have
Absolutely.
you, Judas, here. You're looking sharp and you've got your famous sword.
Thank you. My favorite sword, just to kind of loosely indicate like a time in history. You
No, I love that.
know what I mean? In
Yeah.
case anyone gets lost, maybe someone went to the bathroom before I came up here. You know?
Yes.
Oh, you
Damn.
guys,
So
we
nice
never
to
just
see
do
you.
this.
I know.
I know.
We never just gab. Oh
I
my
know.
God.
Well, like, how are you doing, Judas? Like, what is going on?
Oh my God. James, you always bro the fuck out when you're around me. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm great.
Good.
Obviously, the holidays are tricky. But like, it's 2025.
Yeah.
I have some resolutions. I feel like my side of the story has never been told. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I feel like during the holidays, so much imagery gets circulated, Last Supper imagery, and like, I always see people like share maybe like an infographic, like about the Last Supper, kind of depicting like what happened, like what really went down, and I'm just like, okay, but I was there though. You know what I like? Just ask me, right?
Yeah, like, well, what happened?
So,
like, tell us.
you know how like one of the main hooks of the Bible, the kind of turning point is when I quote unquote betray Jesus.
Yeah.
I just want to say like during that Last Supper and like the hours leading up to that supper, we were all kind of feeling that way.
Right.
Like the vibes in the group had been bad for so long. And like the Last Supper was just like a perfect kind of like microcosm for like his vibe as a friend. You know what I mean? Like Jesus picks the restaurant. Like, you know what I mean? Like
He did seem like kind of an overbearing sort.
he did seem like an overbearing sort, didn't he? And see, I've only like just after one kind of tidbit of that, you're able to glean that. You're very wise, Michael.
Thank you. Thanks, Judas.
You're welcome. And it's just like he'd always be like ordering for the table. And like lots of us would kind of feign like, oh wow, like Jesus like knows what I like. And it's like, there's no way like all of us want fish as an entree. They're just like,
Yeah.
That just like has never happened. And like,
Yeah.
I kept my mouth silent for so long. I'm going to go on the record saying I've always loved ordering a chicken dinner.
Yes, Judas.
Thank you, Michael.
Yes.
We are
You're a chicken
cooking.
guy?
I'm a chicken guy. Yeah. Yeah. We should go for some churrasqueira together, Judas.
What is that?
Portuguese barbecued chicken? Isn't that how you say it?
I'd imagine it's pronounced with a bit more flourish than that.
Oh,
But
there it
sure.
is, the famous Judas
Oh,
acid tongue.
Listen. I never said I wasn't a bitch. Okay, I never said I wasn't a bitch.
Oh my God.
I never said I wasn't a bitch. But here's what I am also. I'm a bitch. Guess what? I'm a loyal bitch.
Really?
Hell
I'm a
yeah.
bitch who will check in with you.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Because people
Sick.
think you are a betrayer.
People think I'm a
the
betrayer.
ultimate betrayer.
People use me as almost like if you forget to kind of like e-transfer someone, they're like, oh my God, like Charlotte Judas to me. She didn't pay for her share of wine at Milieu.
Right.
She Judas to me, and it's like, no, I'd love to reframe it. Like, what if like the next time you notice your friend is sick and you're like, hey, like, I can pick you up some NyQuil. That's Judas too. You know what I mean?
You're a three-dimensional complex
Yes.
person.
Right.
Aren't we all though?
So true.
Thank you.
Yes.
You know what? I'm thinking of a phrase right now. It just came into my mind. How Judas got his groove back. Is that okay?
Michael,
Is that okay?
It's not. It's more than okay. It's perfect.
Judas, can I ask you something?
Yes.
I've always thought this all my life, but I want to know from someone close to him.
Okay.
Jesus got no ass, right?
Wait, do you mean he had a flat ass?
Like
or?
flat ass, like his
Right.
loincloth was hanging down in the back.
Right.
It was more than that. It was more flat than anyone could ever imagine.
Oh.
It was almost like a black hole in that it was like a negative space.
No, I imagine him with a
Oh,
big,
shit.
thick, like.
Yes, that's why you look at the Last Supper. He's like kind of standing a little bit.
Like when he sat, it hurt his butt?
Yes.
Or hit his bones?
Yes, because he doesn't even have a butt to get hurt.
Ooh, I hate Jesus'
Jesus.
Yeah, we all did.
Judas, what's your favorite snack?
Oh my God, that's a great question. Healthy or like guilty?
Guilty, of
Oh my God.
course.
Okay, I'm dating
both.
myself. I'm dating myself
Do
by
both,
saying
though.
this.
Do
Okay,
both.
I'll do both. Well, I'll start with healthy because it's less fun. Just like some broccoli in the oven
Yeah.
with like a balsamic vinegar on
Yes,
top. It gets
Judas.
like
Hell yeah.
And if I have a roasted red pepper dip, yeah, those bitches are taking a dive in the roasted red pepper dip, my love. They're taking an absolute dive.
Yes.
Yes.
And then guilty, I'm aging myself. Dunkaroos.
You know what? It's just frosting,
Hell
but
yeah.
it's good.
Just frosting and a couple of 4 or 5 cookies.
Would you? Let me ask Judas. Would you have?
You can still find Dunkaroos. Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's not, I'm just gonna say something.
Wait,
stupid.
you can still find Dunkaroos?
No, can you?
You were asking me.
Yeah.
We both don't know.
They do still sell them. I can confirm.
Oh.
Hell yeah.
Michael.
Judas, you're a great guy.
Judas, you rock, Judas.
You guys rock. Thank you. Oh my God.
Judas, you're the best.
Yeah,
I
man.
love you
Well,
guys so much.
I love you, man.
Oh, just like give me a call, you know?
yeah, or
Yes.
it's 2025. We'll DM you.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
No, seriously, man. Thank you for joining us. Like, it's
Thank
super
you,
nice to meet
guys.
you.
Happy
and like,
New Year.
let's hear for Judas.
Oh my God, thank you, guys.
Judas, everybody!
Thank you, Judas.
I'm kidding.
Wow. For a guy who
damn.
betrayed our Lord and Savior, he's a really cool guy.
He's super nice. Like, yeah, he's super
Judas
nice.
is giving awesome. Does this work for you guys?
Yeah, Chris was concerned before the show if you could see his balls underneath
Is
the.
this a basic
Can you see the
instinct?
tattoo under my thigh that's an arrow pointing to my balls? I can't do it.
Oh, what hairy legs?
I
you
love
have.
your legs, dude. Like, hairy. Like, I
Yeah.
love it.
Your legs have a don't give a fuck attitude.
Yes.
My legs are punk.
Yes?
Yeah.
Nice and hairy.
You know what?
RFK Jr.
Oh, fuck.
Back to RFK.
Because we have to leave in 2 minutes.
RFK Jr., more like R.I.P. David Lynch.
Yes.
Oh, people hated that.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put it on audio tape.
So, guys, one of the nicest things.
Do we have 10 minutes?
No, we got time. We're all good.
Okay.
I'm just being a silly Billy.
You, Mike, you are being very silly.
Hold on a sec. Don't you guys think Mike is the best?
No!
We're trying to build Mike's self-esteem.
Over my dead body. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes,
There you
yes.
go.
More. We need more of that in the world. Now.
Sometimes I go on the Discord and people are singing their praises of Mike for so long, and I'm just thinking, "Fuck you, bitch."
Chris, you don't you want it about you in there.
I'm an egomaniac.
Yeah, you do not want to hear Mike getting praised in there.
No, people love Mike's ass. They want to see it. They want to see it with the butt cheeks open.
Hell yeah. Let's see it. Oh, wait. Mike, you did say if we got 50 more Patreons, you'd show your asshole.
Yeah.
And that you did say that.
Yeah,
So if
yeah.
we do get 50 more, Mike, I think you got to do it, dude.
We're saying it live tonight.
Yeah, I'll do it.
If we
If
get
you're not on the
50 more,
Patreon,
everyone,
join it.
Screenshot. If you're
Yeah.
not on it, please join 50 more. Legally, you got to show your asshole.
yeah.
I guarantee you it's clean as fuck.
Yeah. I took 2 showers today after 2 trips to the toilet. I will post a GIF.
He won't get a bidet, but he'll shower every time.
Yeah. Every time. I have a spick and span anus, and I don't care who knows.
Your anus looks like Mr. Clean's head.
You could eat dinner out of Mike's anus.
Yeah.
Literally would.
Yes. Yeah.
You can eat a flock roast chicken bowl, Baja bowl off of Mike's anus.
I'll compare it to anyone else's anus here tonight, and I will win.
RFK Jr. has already advised Americans to eat off of Mike's ass.
And you know how he said that?
Okay.
RFK Jr. said that with one of the nicest things about him is his funny voice that we've talked about extensively so far. And
Yes.
I'm going to play, in case anyone doesn't know exactly, has never heard him speak, I have a clip here prepared. Let's crank this so you can all hear this.
In 1996, when I was 42 years old, I got struck with a disease, a neurological disease, an injury called spasmodic dystonia, and it makes my voice tremble. And I actually, at the time, I didn't know what was wrong with it, but
All
when I
right.
would go on TV,
Enough of that.
Hey,
Fuck off.
Yeah, but you moved your second wife's grave, you fucking cunt.
was he vaxxed? No, your voice isn't going to do that unless you were
Stick
vaxxed.
the vaccine right in your fucking windpipe.
Imagine that happening one day. You turn 43, you go to bed, good night. The next morning you wake up hello, everybody. That's crazy.
I'd like a coffee.
Yeah.
No offense if anyone has RFK Jr. voice.
No,
Yeah, genuinely.
nothing
we're
but
sorry.
respect if you have that disease.
Yo, respect.
Now, I'll get to what RFK Jr. is most known for recently is his conspiratorial views, and they go beyond being an anti-vaxxer. So he is part of the Kennedy family, and he also.
Which, by the way, the three of us are going to get assassinated after this.
Yes, absolutely.
You're always
soon.
worried about that. No one's going to kill
It's
us.
coming.
So
No.
RFK Jr. Doesn't believe in the lone gunman theory of the JFK assassination, and he is on record saying he's absolutely positive that the CIA was involved. Not unreasonable, When he's so close to these huge conspiratorial things, and it's not clear what happened, He also doesn't believe that Sirhan was responsible for the shot that killed his father, Robert Kennedy, because the shot that killed Robert Kennedy was fired from behind his head, and Sirhan was standing in front of him.
You know what, Mike? I'm sorry to interrupt. I know about JFK. I didn't know someone killed his father.
What are you talking about? Robert Kennedy.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
He
I
was assassinated.
I didn't know.
By the way, you say he doesn't think it was Sirhan. I think even with Robert Kennedy, it was still someone on the grassy knoll.
But wait, because like, who was the dude who? So Ted Kennedy drove the car into the lake or whatever, and maybe a woman died.
Chappaquiddick? That's different, though. Yes.
So his dad got murdered too?
Robert F.
What
Kennedy
are you
Jr.'s
talking
father
about?
was murdered. So
I'm asking. I'm being honest.
my Irish Canadian friend James. JFK was assassinated in 1963. His brother Robert Kennedy, who was his attorney general,
Right.
he was running for president. I was going to say prime minister. Was killed in 1968 in Los Angeles.
He was running for president.
just as he got the nomination to be the Democratic candidate for the fucking election.
Oh my god.
And he was killed
Dude,
by a
it was
guy.
like in a kitchen in a hotel, right?
Yeah, that's why never go to the kitchen when you're
Did they know
Irish.
who killed
I
his
never
dad?
go to a kitchen.
Yeah.
Did
I
they
always get my kids to bring my
And-
plates of food into the living room.
And so they blamed.
There was a guy who shot him named Sirhan, who
And is that a intentionally funny name?
he was not. He was from a different country.
That was his.
Oh, sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
My bad.
But you
my
gotta
bad.
admit, but you gotta admit, there's tons of countries out there that are being really funny.
My bad. My bad. So a fucking guy killed. I
And
genuinely didn't know that.
There's a whole conspiracy thing that maybe it's like the Manchurian Candidate, where there was a trigger that made him because he doesn't remember
nodding her
shooting.
head.
He doesn't remember
She
shooting.
knows.
He doesn't
How do you
remember
know this?
Chris.
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Oh, a lot, eh?
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah.
Just listen to one. Just kidding. Thank you.
But there are beliefs that he was triggered like a Manchurian Candidate because he doesn't remember firing at Robert Kennedy. Anyway,
Dude, wait.
it's
I'm
a whole
sorry.
thing.
That's so crazy. I did not know that.
Yes.
So Robert F. Kennedy, so RFK Jr., he's born with his uncle's shot.
Yes.
His dad is fucking killed.
Yes.
And there's these conspiracy theories that like a Manchurian Candidate fucking killed his dad.
Yes.
Damn, man. Well, this all makes sense.
So you can understand.
I'm being honest. You want me to lie?
You know what?
I'm being honest.
The
Better to be
heroin
honest.
makes
Better
sense.
to be honest.
The heroin makes sense.
So there is a world in which, when you're born into this crazy situation where there are conspiracies about your uncle and your father, that conspiratorial thinking might also color the way you see the world in general, such as he doesn't believe that vaccines are good, and he thinks they're bad, and they're a scam, and they cause more harm, they cause autism, according to his beliefs.
Well, right before Sirhan pulled the trigger in the hotel kitchen, he said, "I'm vaccinated." I'm dead. This is too much. RFK Jr., if you're listening, I'm a clown. It runs in my family.
New Brunswick.
I come from a long line of New Brunswick clowns. They weren't assassinated, unfortunately.
You don't know if your uncle wasn't assassinated.
They
It could happen.
were assassinated at a ripe old age by natural causes.
Damn.
I can't believe you didn't know about RFK. That's crazy.
Yeah, like, isn't it good to be honest? I'm being honest.
It is good to be
it's
honest.
I'm revealing ignorance. I didn't know that. I don't
Oh,
know
James,
this stuff.
don't worry, dude. There's so much I don't know. I'm fucking stupid.
But that's crazy.
yes, cursed family, some say.
Wow.
You heard it from me first.
Apparently, at every KFC.
KFC Jr. I just saw your balls.
Oh my god! The KFC family!
KFC blown away. What else do I have to say?
You understand why I'm paranoid, right? I come from the KFC family. A long line of murdered guys. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. At every JFK family reunion dinner, they're always like, "It's chilly in here," because of ghosts. But the other thing was funnier. You saw my balls?
I saw your balls a little bit,
They're
but they're backlit, so it was very artistic. Yeah.
hell yeah, dude. A24 produced my balls.
So, RFK Jr., the summary, he's anti-vaccine. He thinks it causes autism. He also had conspiratorial beliefs about the COVID-19 vaccine and the COVID-19 disease overall. Someone's phone is ringing.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
It's nighttime.
Yeah. So he believes the COVID-19 vaccine was used by Anthony Fauci and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation to get rich off of selling a vaccine. And
Trump just took off the government-aided security on Fauci, so he's free to get bothered now
yeah.
by the new golden age of America.
to get bothered. In 2021, Kennedy petitioned the FDA to rescind authorization for all current and future COVID vaccines. He believes ivermectin cures COVID-19, the usual crank stuff, right? He also questions, in other disease news, RFK Jr. questions whether AIDS is caused by HIV, right?
You know what? I do too. Like, I don't know. It just seems like.
He's it's a sort of weird fringe belief out there. Some people think that it's not true though.
Really?
Is it?
People
Yeah.
think that, huh?
Yeah,
Damn.
people think
I
that.
just pictured a little Colonel Sanders looking guy saying, "I'm KFC Jr."
I'm KFC Jr. My father was killed.
I was on heroin when I was 15. I'm KFC Jr. That's that part of the special Colonel sauce is heroin.
I have hypertension.
Yeah. I'm just gonna barrel ahead until we
Sorry.
run out of document.
No, barrel ahead. Barrel
so-
ahead.
This is all secret document too that you got access to, eh?
By the way, apparently one of the main ingredients in the Colonel's secret sauce, white pepper. I heard that on a podcast.
No way.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
even know what white pepper is.
Oh my God, we have to find it.
White pepper.
Yeah.
We must find it.
You ever heard of white pepper?
White pepper seems like something a racist man in the South would use in his recipe.
I think it's an album by Ween, to be honest. They crush up albums, CDs of Ween, and put it in their recipe.
Oh, anyway.
Do you guys remember when RFK Jr. Launched his presidential campaign? Oh, I do. It happened in 2023. He announced he was going to run for president. He was an independent, right? And when he launched his presidential campaign, he said, "I am thinking about it. I've passed the biggest hurdle, which is that my wife has green-lighted it."
Oh, God.
I love joking about wives.
Women.
Would you guys run for president if your uncle and your father had been murdered trying to do that? I think I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, but he was on ivermectin, so the bullet wouldn't do shit.
So his presidential campaign produced some humorous moments. Some notable moments were in May of 2023. We learned that while divorcing his second wife, who killed herself tragically, he told his attorneys that a doctor believed an abnormality in his brain scans was caused by a worm that got into his brain and ate a portion of it and then died in his brain.
His brain is literally an apple from a from a kid's book.
The Richard Scarry apple.
Oh yeah, yeah. The worm is that worm that drives the car in the Richard Scarry.
Beep beep.
Beep, beep, beep. Beep, beep.
He also got in trouble during his campaign when it was discovered that his personal TikTok account had commented on a sexy OnlyFans model. There was an OnlyFans model who posted a video like jiggling her butt, and the RFK Jr. official account commented, "Wow."
I'd love to tap that ass.
Yeah. With two face emojis with hearts in their eyes.
What was he doing? Did he have a burner? Like, in what world is that beneficial to you?
He blamed the comment on a social. He blamed it on like a young campaign staffer who was in charge of his social media, who made the comment without his knowledge. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But then in August of 2024, his campaign was facing declining poll numbers and there was not a lot of money, so he pulled out of the race and endorsed Donald Trump after he had been rebuffed by the Harris campaign. He'd asked the Harris campaign, like, can I have a cabinet position?
So
Secretary of Worms.
Doesn't matter.
He
It
was
doesn't
willing
matter.
to switch. Secretary of War.
He just needs to get in there.
So wait, he was willing to switch if Kamala had been like, yeah, you could be.
Well, he's been like he sort of came from a lifelong Democrat background.
Kamala, you gotta help me.
Yeah.
But like in theory, if she had been like, sure,
He would have been part of her administration, yeah, if she had won.
that's
And
crazy.
give up working with Donald Trump?
Yeah. Now, it's surprising that he endorsed Trump because in 2016, RFK Jr. called Trump supporters belligerent idiots and suggested that some were outright Nazis. He also compared him to Adolf Hitler, right?
Yeah.
The
And by
number-
the way, let's laugh it up now, because they're coming for us.
Yeah.
We're dead.
We're dead. The number of people who flopped from like that level of, you know, you were a Nazi to I support him is nuts.
It's
Yeah.
true. Because I guess they had some backroom deal that resulted in Trump now saying that that he nominated him to be the health secretary. He might be confirmed next week.
That'd be sick.
Which is maybe bad for America and the world because he doesn't believe in medicine, and he has a dead worm in his head, and he digs up his wives.
You know what? We have to have an intervention with this worm in his brain. That's who's pulling the shots
Yeah.
here. Pulling the shots.
Yeah. Yeah, the worm is controlling him.
Yeah, it's like Ratatouille up in that bitch. He also is cooking delicious stews.
With his brain. Out of parts of his brain.
How come all your soup tastes like dirt? That's what the worm likes. It's the worm. Kill me. Bury me next to my second wife. Down by the train tracks.
So, more than 75 Nobel laureates and 17,000 doctors have publicly opposed Kennedy's nomination as health secretary, saying it would be a public health disaster.
Yeah, man, I'm psyched. I want it to happen.
But okay, go with me on this. But he also he says shit like, "Oh, the big food conglomerates put stupid shit in food and it fucks us up," which sounds right?
So that's the thing.
So it's
He is-
complicated.
Yeah, but then he'll also say that COVID-19 was ethnically engineered to only infect white and black people, and that it doesn't infect Chinese and Ashkenazi Jews. That's what he said. And people were like,
not
what?
great, not great.
Let's get his POV on shapeshifters.
Yeah.
Then we'll talk.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good.
So a little bit of good, a little bit of bad.
A little bit of, right. But I guess what I'm saying is I can see he had some base of people being like, yeah, fuck Monsanto or whatever.
Yes, he sued Monsanto.
But the other shit, not great.
Yeah. So enough about his possible, appointment to the Trump administration. Let's talk about the next category is called treatment of dead animals. And so Now, I'm going to show a picture in a moment that if you don't want to see it, he's holding a dead animal that has been barbecued. If you don't
Trigger
want to look,
warning.
I'll just put it up for a few seconds. But
All right.
in July 2024, an image of RFK Jr. holding a charred animal carcass taken in 2010 surfaced in a Vanity Fair story. It was alleged that the carcass was that of a dog and that
Oh.
Kennedy ate this barbecued dog.
No.
He denied that it was a dog and said the animal carcass was a goat. I'll just put the picture up
Barely
here.
better. I mean, what it? No. Why?
Who's that?
That's RFK, dude.
Dinner's ready.
Eating a fucking dog.
I'll get rid of it now.
It's off the screen.
It's gone now. According to Snopes, that was the carcass of a lamb. So no one knows what it was.
Be honest. What carcass is that?
I'm an outdoorsman. In 2012, his daughter Kathleen was profiled in a magazine, and she told a story about how her father once used a chainsaw to sever the head of a dead beached whale they found in Hyannisport, Massachusetts. He then strapped the whale's head to the top of their minivan with bungee
It
cords.
reminds me of Red Green.
Yeah. And they have the same voice, too. Yeah.
By the way,
Harold, help me
Oh my
strap
God,
the whale head.
RFK is American Red Green.
Yeah.
by the way, how do you know where the whale's head ends?
True.
That's a great point, dude. They don't have a fucking neck. They're like weightlifters.
Trust me, this is the end of the head. Shut up. The worm tells you to shut up.
So they bungee corded a whale's head to their minivan and drove 5 hours home. And every time, the daughter said, every time we accelerated on the highway, whale juice poured in the windows of the car. And they had plastic bags over our heads with mouth holes cut out, and people on the highway were giving us the finger.
I'm personally sick of trying to be normal and nice. No one else is doing that anymore. Everybody wants to be crazy and they live their dream life. That's crazy.
Yes.
It is crazy.
It's the American dream to drive home with a whale head bungeed to your roof going, shut the fuck up! Fuck off! To other motorists. Meet me. Fuck you!
Call me Ishmael.
A gold
All right.
doubloon to anyone who can drive home with the whale's head on their Grand Cherokee.
All right, we're nearly out of time, so I'm going to quickly tell you a last humorous story about the treatment of dead animals. All right, so in August of 2024, Kennedy released a video on Twitter acknowledging that 10 years earlier, he had placed a dead 6-month-old bear cub in Central Park after initially planning to skin it for meat, right? So what he says has happened is that he was driving upstate to go falconing,
As you
Go
do.
falcon yourself.
and he saw a dead bear cub on the road, and he said, so I pulled over and picked up the bear and put him in the back of my van. He wanted to skin the bear because it was in good condition, and he wanted to put the meat in his fridge. But then the day got away from him. He went to dinner, and then he had to catch a flight, and he had this dead bear in his car, and he didn't want it to go bad. So I mentioned earlier he's a prankster. You won't see this on JFL Gags, but what he did was he happened to have an old bike in his car, and he recalled that they had just put bike lanes into Central Park. So he decided to stage a scene to make it look like the dead bear had been hit by a bike. So he put the dead bear and a bike right by it, and he
I'm
said...
surprised there's bears in Central Park, period.
This was upstate New York where
Oh, sorry,
he found the
upstate New
bear.
York, okay.
And then he
That's
said,
funny.
he said, so we went and did that, and we thought it would be amusing for whoever found it.
That's funny. RFK Jr., if you're listening, that's funny.
It's a classic gag that you play when you've got a... Worm gags.
Welcome to Worm Gags.
Worm humor.
On CBC
Yeah.
Jam.
Qu'est-ce que c'est ça?
Now, just before we go, he's a health nut as well, and before we do the evilometer, I wanted to show everybody a video of RFK Jr. doing push-ups wearing jeans. He's got an
Honestly, I would
alarming
do that.
body.
Let's go. I would do that.
Whoa.
He does push-ups better than me too, and Mike,
No.
but not James.
Thank you.
Always wear jeans when you exercise.
Chris, you fucking told me you wear jeans when you make love.
Yeah, I take the dick out of the zipper.
Look at that body. That's crazy.
But you
I
told
mean,
me
he's
you
hot.
like RFK Jr.'s nipples.
I do.
They're they look delicious,
They're like
right?
beautiful gumdrops.
You said they looked. Your nipples are like gumdrops.
Well, guys, that's the amazing story of RFK Jr. There might be more. He might be confirmed as health secretary next week. Keep
your eyes
tuned.
peeled.
Yeah.
Keep your stick on the ice.
Well, let's hear from Mike for his amazing research. Great
Oh!
job, Mike. Wonderful.
Hey, good
job.
work, Mike.
No, fuck you.
Great job, Michael.
Thank you.
Well, gentlemen and audience, perhaps it is time to bring out the
Evilometer.
Okay, let's bring out
What the
Evilometer.
hell?
Come on out.
Hey, come on
out. Okay, here it is.
Whoa.
Here's the Evilometer.
It's the
there you go.
Katy
yes.
Perry shark? Is that what it is?
Well, you know, the Evilometer has many forms.
Yes.
Looking beautiful. And
The
I can-
evilometer is a shapeshifter.
It's a whale's head, and I can smell the juices.
Oh, and I like them.
And it doesn't believe in medical science, and it has a bad relationship with one of its dead wives. Yeah.
Chris, you have to go first.
Fuck. I drank like 6
Going
shots
first
of
sucks.
tequila.
Going first is the worst. You might be way off.
Yeah, you know, I'm going shotgun. You know what? RFK Jr. makes me laugh a bit,
Yep.
and he hasn't done damage yet as the health man.
Yeah.
I am health man.
Dude, I'm with you. I'm a low score guy.
But what he did to his second wife, I fucking hate so much. So
hey,
much.
we got a wife.
We're
fan
gonna be
over
able to hear you saying "woo" on the podcast. Say RFK Jr. sucks.
RFK Jr., you fucking suck.
Whoa.
Damn, dude, that's harsh tokes.
Nothing like you Toronto audiences.
Where are you going? Where are you going? What the? I'm going 6.
6. I think that's high.
Oh God.
I entered it into the evilometer's nipple.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna give him a 7.5. I think what he did to his dead wife was bad, and he's also he can do untold damage to the world's health system if he's made health secretary. 7.5.
I like aggressive evilometer.
James, all eyes
right.
are on you.
No one's gonna like this.
Oh,
I
He
already
didn't kill. I don't think he
No,
killed anybody, right?
that's a very low bar.
That's a good bar.
He got off his wife's screen.
Yeah, that's not that, but woo. I swear to fucking God, I think he's a 2.5.
Whoa!
I do.
James is the worst member of Evil Men podcast,
I'm the realist.
but I like it.
Fair. We're all
I like
being-
that you throw a monkey wrench into the
Hell
machine.
yeah, 7.5. Hitler's a 10.
That's true.
That's true. That's true.
I gave him a 6 because of things to come.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's fair enough. Well, gentlemen,
I'm drunk.
Thank you, Evilometer. Everyone say we love you, Evilometer.
we love you.
Love you.
Thank you for coming, sir. Thank you so much.
Get out of here.
Be careful.
No.
Well, that was a wonderful
work,
time.
Mike.
Great work, Mike. Guys, thank you so much for coming tonight. We appreciate you so much. We really, really, really appreciate you.
That was so fun. Did you guys have fun? Thank you so much. That looks like it was another great episode of... That's
Thank
so
you guys.
awesome.
We love you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. We appreciate you.
Have a good night. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much.